Well, I kind of wondered what the pushback was going to be and what it was going to look like against artificial intelligence. You've had artists in Nashville and other places that have tried to stand up against some of the record labels. They've tried to even petition Congress to say we need to pass some legislation that will keep AI from ripping off a lot of our hard work, because that's what AI does. It takes art that has already been out there and takes little bits and pieces of it and then recompiles it. And so if you've created something, it can take your original property and put it into something new. And that really is theft. And there does need to be protections against that.
There's even fights going on YouTube and all these reaction videos where they take someone's content and they just basically are just looking at it and reacting to it.
Yeah.
They're going, you're taking I'm getting no money off of this.
Right, exactly.
Taking my video, you're reacting to it. You're really not doing anything other than reacting, and then you're getting all this money for it.
Yeah.
And they don't think that's fair.
I find a lot of that on YouTube, and it is very annoying because I think I'm going to watch the original clip with the people that rent it, and it's some joker that is commenting on what they're commenting on. I'm like, I don't need your added commentary to their commentary. So what is somebody else going to do now? I'm going to take this guy's commentary or somebody's commentary, and I'm going to comment on that. I mean, how far down the rabbit hole are we going to go?
Oh, in Virginia, they are always hammy. They could take a 1-minute clip and turn it into a 9-minute video because they got to get all their jokes in. They got to get all their commentary in. You go, I just want to watch the Diddy clip, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard to find. Well, there's one platform that is really fighting back and making a push against AI, and maybe also laying down the template of how other platforms can follow. And right now, they are the king of the hill. YouTube made a big stance against artificial intelligence. They are going to demonetize all AI content beginning on Tuesday.
Nice.
That is a win, in my opinion.
That is a win for creative, original content.
That's exactly what they want. They are targeting mass-produced and repetitive content, including that generated or heavily reliant on AI.
Yes.
And we were really just starting to get down to that point where I've been seeing more and more AI videos that have been getting a lot of views, but they are confusing and people don't know. And then it doesn't say even that it was AI. I especially have noticed this on X, which right now is a complete disaster, but
I agree.
That's a different story.
It really is messy.
They weren't even recognizing that it was AI. And then everybody in the comments are fighting as to whether or not it's actually AI. And then half the people think they're so smart that they know it is. Other people be like, I don't know, it could be real.
I noticed on YouTube, they started to put, this is generated by AI. And I think they almost had to put it, they had to start putting it in there because people are getting so confused.
I really think that it all needs to be flagged, and I appreciate what YouTube is doing because as a content creator, there are a lot of people making a lot of money, and YouTube is saying after Tuesday, you are not going to make any money on anything that is AI. Now, to remain eligible to make money on YouTube, which everybody wants to have their own YouTube channel,
You're
right? Make money there.
That's the dream.
The content must be original and demonstrate genuine human effort.
I love it.
YouTube wants to reward creators who are putting in the effort, showing their face or their own voice, and are providing original ideas and insights. And I think they did this at exactly the right moment.
Yeah, because they call them ghost accounts. They'll put these stories up on YouTube. They will get millions and millions of views. So they're monetizing this. Whoever has that channel is getting that money, but there's no face to it. And it's that person.
It's a fake voice.
Virginia Sunoki. You're like, oh, this is not real. This is clearly a robot talking.
I've seen it. I've seen like Florida news reports, and they're mispronouncing all the towns, and it doesn't look right.
It doesn't
I look at it and I'm like, what is this? Oh, it's AI. This isn't even real. This person's not even real.
So the biggest things that YouTube is going to be attacking, it's going to be the fully AI animated or deep fake videos, which is good because people are using that now to just fool and deceive, and get people confused and to fight.
And a lot of people that don't know about AI think it's real.
Mm-hmm. AI-generated voiceovers or music tracks where the primary visuals or audio are created by AI with little human involvement. Now, this group we talked about on Monday, this would radically affect them. They would not be able to monetize, and they would be penalized on it being promoted on the algorithm.
I love it.
I can't tell you how much that makes me happy.
Yeah.
It makes me very happy.
If you can't be the creator, if you can't be the talent, you shouldn't be able to cash the check.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Videos that use AI tools tools to mimic real people or events without disclosure. So I think there will be nuances and fine lines where you can say, hey, look, I used AI to create this visual. And YouTube may be like, okay, it's full disclosure. You don't have a graphics department. You made some graphics out of AI, but you're recognizing that. So that is what I think will be the gray areas that you'll have to figure out here as they implement this starting on Tuesday, how much that will penalize you or at all. And look, if you acknowledge it and say this is a graphic or it's something that it enhances your human creativity. I don't mind AI enhancing human creativity, but people have just been using it without putting any kind of creative input in it whatsoever and letting AI create it all for them. That seems to be what YouTube is going to go after and say, not on our platform. You're not going to be rewarded for it here. So I think it's a great move.
It's a great move, and it's wonderful news because it's getting a little muddy out there.
Yeah, and for them to make this move, they right now, I mean, in fact, every day I see a new monumental thing about, first of all, YouTube has, twice the value of Netflix right now in viewers, which that was a stat we had about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was stunned to see that. And then I saw yesterday, YouTube Shorts has surged past TikTok with 200 billion views each day.
Wow.
So the shorts now, just the shorts on YouTube is bigger than TikTok.
I wonder if because they take away the AI stuff and implement that new rule, do those numbers slow down?
Great question.
Because some of those shorts are AI created.
Yeah.
I don't know. I assume somebody at YouTube has the answer to that, and they're making the decision based on whether or not they care.
I'm so excited that they're going with real human talent over the easy way out. That sparks creativity.
Right.
It's going to make us all better as YouTubers.
Well, even the fight I was talking about where people will take someone else's content on YouTube and commentate react to it. The reactor defends it by saying, well, how is that any different than somebody on a radio show playing a clip and commentating on that? How is that different? But here's the difference. We're not getting paid when we play those clips.
Yeah, we're barely getting paid for this.
Yeah, they're getting paid for the content that they're making.
Yeah, and look, I don't, where I really mind the comment, and sometimes I do. Look, there are people whose voices, I want to hear their commentary on a certain subject, and I don't mind seeing them comment on that. To me, it's when there's deception, because the thumbnail that they use is the original clip without them on it. And then when I get into it, I realize here's some chucklehead. If I knew it was KVJ and I want to hear what KVJ had to say about the Diddy trial, we would be front and center on it, showing that we're commenting on the Diddy trial. Be like, I want to hear what they have to say about it. For me, I think that it might be the actual Diddy trial. And then I'm like, no, here's some guy just talking about it. I don't want to hear you talking about it. I want to see the actual trial. That's what gets me. That's what annoys me about it.
There was a YouTube, I'm not sure if they got in trouble for it, but the comment section was exploding. It was one of those Predator videos where they catch somebody. And the thumbnail they used was of an innocent man. He wasn't at all the Predator, but they had the word Predator, his face on there. And when you clicked on the video, he wasn't the Predator at all.
Oh, damn.
Could you imagine that going down?
That feels like a lawsuit.
That feels like a lawsuit.
Well, I think you're going to now start seeing a lot of these creators become financially and legally obligated, just like we are. Legacy media, we've always had to worry about that, whether you're in radio, television, cable broadcast. If you have a big corporation behind you, this has always been a concern, and they regulate us heavily on what we can use because they don't want to be sued.
Legacy just means old ass.
It does. We were here first. But I got to tell you got to admit that the new influencers, the digital creators, have more viewers and they have more influence now than the legacy media.
Totally.
And they're going to go where the money is. And so these people are going to start feeling the wrath of what we have been facing for over 100 years when it comes to liability, whether it be slander or libel. And you're going to now start seeing it. And even thumbnails, like you had mentioned, Jay Bird, are going to get people sued and for a lot of money.
Well, I mean, a lot of times if you're talking about legacy media, someone's been vetted a bit and they have to go on YouTube or on some of these social media platforms. There's no vetting.
It's a guy in his house.
Anybody can do. You have no idea what their intentions are.
And that guy doesn't know what he doesn't know until the world comes crashing down and he gets sued.
Well, look, if if you're doing a good job and you're doing it from your house, I support that. Like Kevin says, I want to hear people comment. If they have good commentary, I'm not against that. But there's a lot of bad out there, and there's a lot of wrong out there.
Right. Absolutely. That's what's going on. So, who are these new people that need to be worried? Time Magazine has come out with their list of the 100 most influential digital creators. A lot of the names you will know, the bigger ones at least. Mr. Beast, who is the most viewed person on YouTube.
Delicious chocolate peanut butter bar.
It is pretty good.
Oh, it's
How's
so
his
good.
burger? Anybody had that?
I haven't had it yet, but I'd totally be down to try it.
He has a lot of money, that guy.
Yeah, he does. And he puts it all back into a lot of his stunts.
I love it.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. That Kai Cenat, I guess is his name. Cenat. Have you seen him? Okay. Already lost you.
I mean, look at me.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
a little out of the demo.
Yeah. Sean Evans from Hot Ones is listed.
Okay,
We were
he's
just talking about him last week. Yeah.
He does a solid job.
Joe Rogan, a name that you know. He's an older dog on the new media.
Of course.
Who? I'm just kidding.
Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy. She was listed at the top.
I like her.
Now, that's different. So I Call Her Daddy and Branded Chicken Fry, those are different shows.
Totally
Yeah,
different.
yeah, okay.
So Brianna Chicken Fry is on Barstool, which is more for men's, right? And the Call Her Daddy thing, that's all for women.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure men listen, but it's very female driven.
Got kind of Brett asking the question. Okay.
I'll tell you more. So furthermore,
The thing I find interesting with the Time Magazine list of the digital influencers is how they really break it down into the categories. And I think you'll find you probably gravitate to one category more than the others. They have the conversation leaders. That would be the Alex Cooper, the Joe Rogan. Somebody that are on there, they're leading thought, and they're having conversations about stuff, which I think that's probably the one that I gravitate towards most.
absolutely.
I kind of feel like that's become the most popular.
Yeah.
Overall, it's conversational kind of.
All it is just an old school radio show.
Yeah, it really is.
It is.
Exactly.
It
That's all
totally
it
is.
Yeah, pretty much. The other ones that they have out there, they have people who are doing social justice or self-improvement, two of the big categories that are on there. Diego Perez, they list as one of those. Mel Robbins is another one. The storytellers that are out there, maybe doing entertainment stories or anything like that, like Heidi Wong. They still have these stunt, prank, and spectacle creators. I just wonder how many of these people are doing legitimate stunts anymore, because as we found that, boy, the lawsuits can rack up really fast in that category.
You can't surprise people on the street anymore. It
No.
ain't like KVJ back in 2004.
No.
because other YouTubers will call out if they think you're faking the funk. They've exposed people. There was this guy named Joey Salads who did this really terrible prank. It had racial undertones to it. It was bad.
Yikes.
But they also
Salads.
they've got the footage of him like directing the stunt and the whole thing. The person uploaded that and he had to apologize. Yeah, I faked my stunts. So a lot of them do fake their stunts.
And I think that will be the category that will change maybe the most. It'll be interesting to see what kind of shelf life that category has.
Yeah.
Doing those kind of stunts. Then they have the educators and the experts that make knowledge accessible and engaging.
See, I like those.
Yeah.
When you get someone that is teaching you something and they can make it entertaining.
Yeah. So I
love that.
There is. I mean, it's not a cesspool of bad content. I mean, it's really good stuff and it's more accessible. And so that's really what KVJ does anymore. That's why we encourage you to go and subscribe to our own YouTube channel, because you'll find everything we do on there. And it's all nice and convenient for you.
And we are very educational.
Yes, we are, right?